Time is the one master no one can escape. It ticks incessantly, an unyielding cadence that commands our lives. But what if, just for a moment, you could bargain with it? You could bend it, stretch it, perhaps even stop it? Before you shrug that notion away, allow me to tell you of the Clockmaker's Pact. My name is Violet Nocturne, and tonight, I'll guide you into a tale stitched together with seconds, ensnared in a web of fate and folly. But darling, do be warned. Not every moment is worth having, and sometimes, to have one, you forfeit them all. Shall we begin? Of course, we shall. Let me introduce you to a man named Alistair Gray, a collector of antiques, though his possessions rarely brought him peace. His shop stood at the edge of a forgotten street, where customers seldom wandered. Alistair, alone, spent his days rummaging through dust-cloaked relics and pondering their stories. Sound desolate? Oh, it was. But there was one trinket that whispered to him incessantly, a clock that bore neither hands nor numerals, just a smooth, mirrored surface framed in gold. It sat on the highest shelf of his store, daring him to unlock its secrets. And one fateful evening, when his solitude felt unbearable, he could resist no longer. When Alistair touched the clock, something extraordinary and terrifying happened. The mirrored surface rippled, as though made of liquid. And then, a voice, not audible to the ears, but clear in his mind, spoke. "Would you like to barter with time?" it asked. Alistair's first instinct was fear, of course. Wouldn't yours be? But fascination outweighed it. "Barter?" he asked aloud, the shop empty save for shadows. "Indeed," the voice replied, silky and coaxing. "Trading hours, perhaps days, for moments you desire most. Do you wish for wealth? Youth? Love long lost? Speak it, and I shall make the clock obey." Alistair hesitated. Such a proposition couldn't be real, he told himself. Or was it? He pondered the dusty shop, the dwindling years of his unremarkable life, the opportunities he should have seized. Against better judgment. "Oh, isn't that always how it goes?" he whispered. Yes. In that instant, the mirrored surface flashed blindingly. Then the room stilled, quiet as a held breath. The clock had vanished, replaced with a strange sensation. A weight lifted from his chest, as though time itself had been divided into slices, some now missing. Days passed. Alistair found himself invigorated, brimming with vitality and clarity. Opportunities that had once eluded him now fell into his lap. Buyers flocked to his shop, each purchase yielding fortunes. His life became a masterpiece painted with impossibilities. But something felt off. Alistair began noticing flickers, images, people, and places he didn't recognize. They intruded on his thoughts like uninvited guests, their faces unfamiliar, yet strangely knowing. One evening, he looked into the mirror and saw not himself, but one of these strangers staring back, mouthing words he couldn't hear. As the days turned into weeks, the intrusions grew. He would wake with memories that weren't his own, walking through streets he'd never visited, holding hands with a lover he'd never met. His reflection, no longer his, now displayed the faces of others who looked desperate, pleading, even angry. Shaken, Alistair confronted the emptiness where the clock had once been. He yelled for the voice to return, to explain what was happening. And it did. "Darling," it purred. "Did you think borrowing time came without a cost? Each moment I've granted you had to belong to someone, somewhere. You are not alone in this pact." "Return it," he demanded, but the voice simply chuckled. "You cannot unspool what has been stitched. You weave even now into their threads. Soon the tapestry will fray completely, and time itself will unravel." Days blurred into nights, and Alistair could no longer tell who he was, where he began, and where others ended. The lines between lives crossed and tangled, identities slipping through his fingers like grains of sand. He was becoming a ghost in another's story, just as they had been in his. And then, one day, Alistair was gone. His shop stood empty, the relics gathering dust once more. But the clock? It reappeared in another antiquity store on another doomed street, awaiting the next ambitious soul. And what did we learn, darling? That time is never ours to own. Borrow if you must. But know this: every second you take will cost you an eternity in return. I hope you enjoyed tonight's tale. Or perhaps, I hope it haunts you. Sweet dreams, my dear. Until we meet again, this is Violet Nocturne, signing off from this shadow of existence.